uncomfortable, they're itchy, they're certainly no fun. But what is the most important reason to prevent mosquito bites? We're joined this morning by Dr. Brian Sutton, Medical Director of Noble Express Care in Westfield. Also, Dr. Stanley Stremko. He's Vice President of Medical Affairs at Noble Hospital. And they join us now to share advice to keep you and your family safe. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we're talking about mosquito-borne illnesses. I think a lot of people are afraid, so afraid of those things that they hear about, West Nile, Triple E. What is it that we need to know when it comes to mosquito bites and mosquito-borne illnesses?
Well, on a global scale, mosquito-borne illness accounts for a significant amount of morbidity, but here in the United States, not so much. There are a handful of mosquito-borne illnesses that we need to, to think about and talk about today.
So on a statistical basis, really the one, if you had to cone it down, the one thing you worry about is West Nile virus now in the Northeast. There have been 40,000 cases roughly in the United States since 1999, 1,600 deaths over that period of time. But then, fortunately, despite the fact that it's been a rainy, sort of wet summer, conditions that lead to big mosquito hatches, there's been very little West Nile activity reported this summer.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a great thing, yeah.
And so we're not seeing malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever here in the Northeast United States. Maybe a few cases of dengue have been reported in the Florida, Texas Panhandle region. But it's mostly the travelers that come from Southeast Asia and tropical regions that we would keep our keep that in the differential diagnosis, the malarias. But in the Northeast, as Stan was saying, West Nile virus and Triple E, Eastern equine encephalitis, are the ones, especially in August and September, we're looking for.
And Triple E, file it under. It doesn't happen often, but you don't want to get it because for reported cases, it has somewhere around a 50% mortality rate. So if you do get Triple E, then you have a reasonably good chance of either dying or being disabled. And so, although it's very rare, we
want to practice prevention.
You want to practice prevention
all the time. So let's talk about prevention. I mean, we know that there's bug spray. A lot of times it doesn't work. You still feel like you're getting attacked by those mosquitoes. What are some things that we can do that are safe and effective?
You're not using the right spray.
I guess I'm not.
We'll talk about that.
Most of the activity is between dusk and dawn. So if you want to be 100%, want to stave off illness, don't go outside between dusk and dawn. But that's not reasonable.
Let's be realistic.
That's not reasonable. So wear protective clothing, long sleeves, long pants at night.
Which, by the way, 10 years ago, I'd read that as a doc and go, okay, yeah, it's 85 degrees out at 7 p.m. and I'm going to be wearing long sleeves and long pants. But now with the dry fit and the new modern materials, that stuff's super light. It breathes great and it provides great protection against not just mosquitoes, but we've talked in the past on this show about tick-borne illness. So it's much easier to do.
And
now.
there is actually something that you can put on your clothing.
There is something called permethrin, which you can put on the clothing. You don't want to put it on your skin, but it's an available agent that you can put on the clothing that will keep the mosquitoes, ticks, and other insect vectors of bad disease off you.
Now,
and will last a few wash cycles.
And it will last a few wash cycles. Yeah.
Good to know. Very good to know. Well, we're just about out of time, but if you do get a mosquito bite, you're not feeling so good, you can go to Noble Primary Care to see your primary care physician. You can go to Noble Express Care right away, just go right in, or you can go to the emergency department right at Noble Hospital. So there's many different options to get care, wonderful care.
Certainly are, yeah. Spectrum of care.
Thank you, Dr. Sutton. Thank you, Dr. Stremko. Wonderful to have you both here. And to schedule an appointment with a Noble Primary Care physician, you can call 413-572-6050. You can also visit noblehospital.org/primary care for more information.